All right, welcome. In Turkish, it's often the smallest little pieces that pack the biggest punch. Today, we're unlocking one tiny but seriously mighty suffix, ken. This one little suffix can tell four completely different stories, all depending on how you use it. So let's get right into it.
So, how in the world can one little suffix be such a master of disguise? That's exactly what we're going to unpack today. We are going to break down its four secret identities piece by piece. So the suffix is ken, and I want you to think of it as a grammatical chameleon. It latches onto verbs, and depending on the time suffix it pairs with, it totally changes its meaning. And trust me, once you get a handle on these four personalities, you're going to sound so much more natural. It's really key to understanding the nuances of a real Turkish conversation. Okay, so let's start with its most common identity. The first two versions of ken both basically mean while, and they're all about things happening at the same time. But, and this is important, there's a subtle difference between them, and that's what we're about to dig into right now. Here's our first formula. It's pretty straightforward. You take a verb, you add that AIR suffix, which is the aorist or simple present tense, and then you just tack ken onto the end. This is your go-to structure for describing one action happening right alongside another. Right. So think of this as your main tool for painting a picture with words. It can show two things just happening peacefully, side by side, or it can inject a little drama by having one action suddenly interrupt another one. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, have a listen. Ben ders çalışırken annem sürekli bana yiyecek bir şeyler getiriyordu. So in this one, you've got two things happening at once. I'm studying, and at the very same time, my mom keeps bringing me food. One action is basically the backdrop for the other. And now, for the interruption, onlar futbol oynarken hakem maçı durdurdu. So they were playing football, that's the ongoing action, and then bam, the referee stops the match. That first action, playing football, gets cut short. You see how that works? Okay, on to our second while form. The formula looks almost the same, right? It's the verb plus the present continuous tense, that's the ioyor, plus our friend ken. So what's the big difference? Well, this is where the real nuance comes in. It means something very similar to the first one, but using yorken is like putting that first action under a microscope. It really stresses that the action is actively, continuously in progress. It's the difference between while and in the very act of doing something. Here's a perfect example. Öğretmen ders anlatıyorken Murat not alıyordu. This really shows what I mean. The emphasis here is on the teacher's ongoing process of explaining. It's not just that two things happened at once, it's that Murat was taking notes during the continuous flow of the teacher explaining. So let's sum up our two whiles. You've got irken, which is your general purpose tool for things happening at the same time or being interrupted. But then you have yorken, and that's your special lens to zoom in and really emphasize the ongoing nature of that first action. It's a tiny change, but it adds a powerful layer of meaning. All right, ready to meet the third personality of tuck-in? This one is totally different. This is one of my favorites. I call it the opportunity suffix. It's the one you use when one action creates the perfect opening to do something else. And the formula for this one is verb plus the past tense suffix mush plus ken. So what this combo tells you is, hey, since this first thing has already happened, why not do this other thing too? The whole idea here is efficiency. You're basically piggybacking a second action onto the first one. It's the perfect grammatical way to say, well, since I'm at it, or since that's already done. Let's check out some examples. This is a classic. İstanbul'a gelmişken tarihi yerleri de gezdim. You see the logic here, right? The action of coming to Istanbul, that's already done. So since I'm already here, I might as well take the opportunity and visit the historical sites. Oh, and this one, you're going to hear this all the time in everyday Turkish. Ayağa kalkmışken bana da su getirir misin? The person is already standing up. That first action is complete. So since you're already up, could you do this other convenient thing for me? It's so practical, it's brilliant. And now for our grand finale, the fourth and most dramatic face of ken. This is the suffix of near misses, of plans that get ruined right at the last second. This is the one that tells the story of what was about to happen, but didn't. To build this meaning, you use this formula. Verb plus the future tense suffix ak plus ken. When you see this combination, you know right away that someone's plan did not work out. Yep, this is the suffix for thwarted plans.
It's for those moments when you are on the absolute verge of doing something, the intention is there, the action is imminent, and then bam, something else comes along and stops it dead in its tracks.
Check out this classic scenario. Tam evden çıkacakken üst komşular kahveye geldiler. I mean, you can picture it, right? Keys in hand, jacket on, one foot out the door. I was just about to leave. But then the doorbell rings. The neighbors showing up completely stopped the action of leaving from happening.
Or how about this one? It's so clear. Otobüse binecekken düştüm. The intention was there. I was literally about to get on the bus. But then I fell. And, well, the action of getting on the bus never got to happen. It's the suffix of almost. So there you have it. 4 different forms, 4 different stories, all from one little suffix. You've officially got a new, versatile toolkit for expressing yourself in Turkish. It's like a superpower for adding real precision and narrative flair to your sentences. Let's do a super quick recap. We've got irken, that's your basic while. Then ayorken, also while, but with that special emphasis on an action in progress. Third, we have mishken, which is the since you're at it suffix for taking an opportunity. And finally, ajakken, for that almost but not quite moment. So the real question for you is, now that you know these 4 different faces of ken, which one are you going to listen for first? Just start paying attention to the conversations around you. I promise you're going to start hearing these 4 different stories absolutely everywhere. Thanks for digging into this with me.